Not doing my normal intro for this. Elemental deserved way better than box office than it got. Like, it deserved way better than it got. Okay, now I'll do my normal intro. What is up, my veggies? My name is VTR, and welcome back to the movie review. It wasn't obvious. We're reviewing Elemental today. I'm late to this movie, but I was very interested in this movie. Since I saw the first trailer, the premise very much interests me. So let's go ahead and get into the synopsis. Set in Element City, where fire, water, land, and air residents live together. The story introduces Ember, a tough, quick-witted, and fiery young woman whose friendship with a fun, snappy, go-with-the-flow guy named Wade challenges her beliefs about the world they live in. Now, obviously, before I get into anything, yes, this movie definitely has some underbellies of like being prejudiced and stuff like that, and that's fine, I guess. That's not what I want to talk about, though. I think Elemental is cute. I think it is a very, very good movie. I think the box office it's gotten is terrible. That is a terrible how the box office has been treating this movie, because it is really good and it deserves more than it got. Before I get into the positives, I do want to throw into some of the negatives. Real quick, like I said, I feel like with the prejudice storyline, we've kind of it feels, I don't know if this has been a comparison, but like it feels very, very similar to Zootopia, which is a Disney movie that came out a few years back. It does remind me a bit of Zootopia, because of the type of city and everything, and being a city centered around this certain specific thing, and it's definitely gives me that kind of vibe, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just it just couldn't help. It's something I noticed. I'm like, okay, this seems like it had a bit of a Zootopia influence. But with that being said, I don't have a problem with that that storyline. I think it's done. It works well for the story and everything. But with that being said, let's move on to some other thing I didn't like about the movie. The movie definitely focuses a lot on the fire and water, obviously, which is obvious because like that's the two central characters. But like I've seen some negative things. I've seen some people that have seen it lean a little too much into like, oh, how could this have never happened before in this entire society? Like, I think there's like a little too much into it there at that point. Personally though, I really do like the way this movie goes about its world, and the animation is beautiful. I think the movie, especially the water and the fire, like the animation on that is like really good. Like Ember's freaking character design is stunningly beautifully animated. How like all the fire people are like beautifully animated, and I think it looks really nice. And whoever worked on that show, the people that worked on this movie should be very, 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 very proud of the way it looks and everything. And it just overall looks fantastic. I think the movie is such a beautiful animated movie, and I actually think this is Pixar's best since Soul. I mean that. I really think this is their best movie since Soul. And I really liked Soul. Something that like a lot of people have pointed out though about Pixar, it's like a lot of their movies have been falling into like, oh, what if so and so had emotions? That's kind of what things are. It's like, yeah, what if toys have emotions? What if cars have emotions? What if bugs have emotions? What if monsters have emotions? What if emotions have emotions? Like all that. Like that's what a lot of people have been. I feel like that's kind of nitpicking at that point, because I do feel like this is one of Pixar's strongest in a while. I think it's better than Lightyear, better than Turning Red, better than Luca. I think it's better than those three movies. Not sure if it's better than Soul. The Soul was really good, but I know it's their best since Soul. Let's talk about the characters. Ember is definitely like this. Got this temper she's got to work on so she can take over her father's store and everything. Which I probably should stop right there before I give out any more spoilers. And obviously, this is Pixar's first rom-com. Like, it is a rom-com at the end of the day, and Wade is such a likable character. He is a lot of fun, and even though there's times with him, he can be a little annoying with how much he cries, but the more it happens, it's kind of the joke, and he's like, okay, I can deal with you. And I really did think this was a fun animated film. I think the movie is overall just a fantastic time. I think the movie, like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm glad I had a drink next to me because like all the water in this movie made me really thirsty. And like I said, the movie is just beautifully animated, and I think that's one of those. And the movie has a lot of heart. It's got the Pixar tearjerk moments, and I really do enjoy it. And I don't think everything Pixar does needs to be something groundbreaking. With the animation though, like with the water and the fire, looks really good. Like, don't get me wrong, but I think that the simplicity of this story is exactly just a fun story. I think is like overall it's just overall a fun time, and it really hits those real good beats. There's a lot of good heart to the film and a lot of just interesting characters, and like the side characters, like you get to basically when it comes to the side characters, it's basically mostly Ember's family and but mostly Ember's family, but also you get to see some of Wade's family as well, which is really creative. The way their houses are so different and everything, and all that, and the character designs are super nice, and the way they go about actually them being able to like, I don't want to give that away, that's a spoiler. But the movie overall is just super sweet and super nice, and I think a lot of people are gonna love this if they haven't seen it already. That being said, critics give this movie a 74% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I would expect a little higher, but it's still a decent. And then audiences give it a 92. Your boy VTR here is going to be very generous to this movie and give it a 4 out of 5. I think it is that good. I think it's definitely a very, very good film. I think it is something that I'm just super excited that this movie is got such positive reception. My only thing is I'm upset that it did not make the money it deserved. It's still in theaters for a little while longer, so maybe it'll come and earn it back, but like, it definitely did not get the money it deserved in its opening weekend. And it seems like a lot of movies haven't been getting that lately. But overall, I think the movie is just a fun time at the movies. I think it is a cute little adventure. I think anyone that sees it will love it. I think it's a cute little film. I just think it's overall a fun time. What do you guys think of Elemental? I thought it was fun. I thought it was a good time. Let me know what you guys think of Elemental down in the comments. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think it is one of Pixar's worst, one of their best? And also link to all my stuff is down in the description below. Obviously, I don't say that very much anymore, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video nonetheless. If you guys did, tap that like button down below. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys, all you, in the next one. Trying to stretch the 10 minutes. All right. Bye.